The animal scene in England is pretty non-existent. I mean, even if you live in the countryside, the worst you'll see is maybe a squirrel, maybe a fox at night, maybe a hedgehog. That's literally all you'll see. Like on a rare occasion, like if you're driving on the motorway, you might see a deer, but it's really, really rare. Whereas like America, for example, just has so much more wildlife. It's insane. And when it comes to the animals that you should probably kind of like keep at a safe distance, especially as someone who likes to visit America whenever I can, which animals would make that list?
Apparently, these 5 crackheads here weren't enough. So here I've got 5 more animals that give absolutely zero shit about anything or anyone. First up is this cute little fella known as the stoat. Now, the stoat is definitely one of those creatures where looks can be absurdly deceiving. This tiny psychopath doesn't just hunt, it pretty much executes. Unlike that scene with Thor and the purple ballsack guy, it goes straight for the skull or the back of the neck with a crushing bite every single time. But this is something we could say about a lot of predators. What sets this creature apart, and actually earns it a place in this video, is the fact that it's not just good at killing, it's literally obsessed. Stoats have been seen taking way more names than they need to, literally doing it just for the thrill of the hunt. But their most insane feat to date.
It's crazy because they're so cute looking. Like, it looks adorable, doesn't it?
The time they went to war with goddamn New Zealand. You see, sometime in the late 19th century, stoats were actually introduced to the New Zealand mainland to control rabbit populations. However, as in most cases where humans try to intervene, it does not go very well. These stoats quickly became a massive problem themselves, spawning like crazy, while also killing millions of birds in the process.
Oh my God.
And in 2022, one single stoat somehow made it onto a predator-free island over 1.5 miles away.
How?
Which means it had to swim there all by itself. And this incident triggered a literal national emergency, as this one lone stoat threatened rare birds like the kakapo, a species found only there. The government launched an 8-month, $300,000 operation. Helicopters, thermal imaging, traps, dogs, all for this one little furry psychopath.
Are you serious?
After months, they eventually got it, and its reign of terror was over.
Did this actually happen? I mean, to be fair, I have heard that Australians and New Zealanders take the sort of ecosystem they've got really seriously, really like protective over it.
The next creature on our list is from the land of baguettes and wretched Vikings.
France?
Namely, the European badger. Now, before we continue, these videos actually take a lot of time and effort to make, so it would mean the world to me if you could leave a like on the video, as well as maybe commenting your thoughts down below at the end. It truly does help out a lot with the algorithm. Anyways, thanks in advance. This creature is basically a slightly more distinguished and classy version of its slightly drunk, permanently grumpy cousin, the honey badger. But these guys are hecking aggressive fellas. Unlike most members of the mustelid family, they actually live in large groups of up to 15 members, and they love to recreationally fight each other.
So they're kind of social, these animals. More social than the honey badger.
They're also known to tank head-on collisions with blasted cars and walk away like nothing happened. Anyway, when they're not goofing around, they're well known for their lack of fear toward humans. They literally don't give a shit who you are. If they find you annoying, they'll follow you home in broad daylight and mess up your heckin' trash can. They aren't really considered dangerous though, since they rarely follow through with their life-cancelling plans. They can also be easily spooked, like these ones getting absolutely humbled by this abominable goat. But don't get it twisted. These guys will go full feral mode if cornered, so do not underestimate their tenacity. Next, we have the feral...
Dude, did you see how quickly it just... That dog. Oh my God. That dog's seeing stars for sure.
Little sloth bear. It might look like it's in a constant state of hungover confusion, but this creature is one of the most powerful animals I've included so far. These chaotic tanks will literally go toe-to-toe with other life-cancelling machines, like the sin-stained leopard, or even the striped menace that is the Bengal tiger. And this is what those tigers look like when actually hunting prey. Truly terrifying indeed. So the fact that these smelly-looking creatures actually win these confrontations most of the time is genuinely impressive.
Wow, so they're about the same size as a tiger, so quite small for a bear. Smaller than a grizzly, bigger than a brown bear?
But the real danger isn't to other predators, it's to people. You see, Sloth bears are actually responsible for more human attacks in India than almost any other wild animal. And unlike most other bears, they don't give warnings. They simply charge, often in broad daylight for reasons no one really understands. Next, we have the most underrated mustelid I can think of, the yellow-throated marten. This Pokemon...
This looks gorgeous, this animal. I mean, if it wasn't so crazy, I'd probably have one as a pet.
...looking ass is on some absolute demon time. Not only does it have one of the coolest paint jobs of all the mustelids, but it's also one of the most versatile. It's fast, agile, and completely unhinged in what it considers prey. You see, the yellow-throated marten is a literal war criminal. While most mustelids go for rodents or tortoises, this thing is out here hunting flipping deer, which are just massive compared to themselves. It also absolutely destroys monkeys, which is one of its primary prey items. But it does not stop here. This thing has to literally apply for a new life insurance policy before every meal, as they are also known to kidnap hecking leopard cubs. They basically operate exclusively on what's the worst that could happen logic. Now, the thing that makes...
Look at that, though. Tell me that is not a gorgeous animal. Just look at... This is just so cool looking. The way the tail and the feet and the head have that sort of black on it, and the body's got this golden fur. This is gorgeous.
Them absolute psychopaths in my eyes is the fact that they even go after panda cubs. Now, actually targeting these oversized Oreo marshmallows should not be allowed, even by wild animals. They're just way too cute to suffer such fates. What makes these fur-covered balls of audacity even more menacing is the fact that they rarely hunt alone. They usually hunt in teams of 2 or small groups, as if one wasn't enough. Their coordinating teamwork when taking down larger animals has often been described as tiny mustelid velociraptors, which couldn't be more fitting. So before we wrap this up with the biggest lunatic of them all, there's one more creature I absolutely need to talk about, the Tasmanian devil. To be honest, I completely forgot about it, but I've already promised a bunch of you it'd be here, and it definitely deserves a...
I mean, look at that face. Okay, like the last one was nice to look at. This one, not so much, especially with these fangs it's got.
But this gremlin-looking unit is pure chaos. The Tasmanian devil is the largest carnivorous marsupial alive. They scream, growl, spin, and throw hands with anything that moves, including each other. They basically just love to brawl. They also got one of the strongest bite forces, pound for pound. They've even been seen biting through metal to access chicken coops. That's some grade A determination.
They can bite through metal with these tiny little fangs. That's insane.
And just to top it off, they often sleep inside carcasses so they can snack the second they wake up. Pretty grim indeed. And finally, we've got the undisputed freshwater menace, the giant river otter. Now, a lot of you might be under the assumption that otters are these playful, cute little furballs that juggle rocks and float on their backs while holding hands. But think again. These absolute units grow over 6 feet long, probably longer than a lot of you short kings watching right now. And this also makes them the largest otter species in the world, although the sea otter is still slightly heavier. Anyways, these beasts actually live in tight-knit family packs of up to 20 individuals, coordinating every move and patrolling their side of the river like a full-on river mafia. Any creature caught within their territory will rather quickly get a taste of their relentless aggression. But what really sets them apart is what they choose to pick fights with. Giant river otters are known to actively hunt caimans, which are basically slightly smaller crocodiles. And it doesn't stop there. These otters have been seen facing off against jaguars, South America's top land predator. Sometimes it's a standoff, sometimes it's a full-on brawl, and somehow the otters usually walk away on top. Now, these otters really have some...
I thought jaguars were black. Or like, is that the panther? Dude, the whole like... you know, big cat thing confuses me so much.
Aura to them. You see, in parts of South America, these things aren't just animals, they're practically legends. Locals call them river wolves or water jaguars. They are also incredibly big-brained. They've even been observed learning local fishing habits and timing their hunts to swoop in on human fishers. They're basically wet, life-cancelling geniuses with a terrible temper. Next week, on Animals Recapped, we're diving straight into the chaos of the ocean, from sea otters that might not be as innocent as you think, to dolphins with an incredibly dark side, and orcas that hunt like they've read The Art of War. You don't want to miss this one. It airs at 10:15.
Wow. that animal, the one that had the really cool, I don't know, I was going to say colorway, but that's like describing it like it's a sneaker. But the one that had the black on top of its head, the black paws, black feet, and the tail with the golden body, that animal was really pretty. I mean, if I saw that in the wild, like if I was hiking somewhere, I'd be tempted to go and pet it, not knowing that that thing could probably put me 6 feet under. Like, it's just crazy how, you know, when it comes to the animal kingdom, like, looks can be deceiving. You just cannot judge a book by its cover. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and check out the video I'm going to link right here. See you there.